right, so thank you everybody for coming today. So we are here because this next to us, right here, is Lakeside Development. It's the largest development in the region, and it's going to bring over 139,000 jobs. And we want those jobs, right?
Yes!
Is that right?
Yes!
All right, so we want those jobs for the people who are in the community now, and we want our jobs for our youth. This development is going to be taking place over the next 30 to 40 years, and that means our kids that are in school now can get jobs at the development. We are marching today to tell McCaffrey, Daniel McCaffrey is the lead developer of the development. We are marching today to tell him that we want him to come to the table with the community and sign an agreement to guarantee those jobs to local residents.
Hey, hey, don't delay! We want our CBA!
Hey, hey, don't delay! We want our CBA!
Jobs! Now! Jobs!
No.
Jobs! Now! Jobs!
No.
Those of you who have gathered together here, we want you to know that we come today as a nonpartisan organization in support of our community benefits agreement, and so therefore we ask that you will not pass out any political literature at this time or during this press conference, but that we can deal with the agenda and the focus for which we have come here on today. We ask that you will respect that. At this time, we're going to have a welcome given by Kevin McGowan, the assistant principal of the New Sullivan Elementary School.
I am not Kevin McGowan.
Oh, the principal is here. Amen. Let's receive the principal.
Thank you. Hello, how are you? You all can do better than that. How are you? Good. I'm Kathy McCoy, and I'm the instructional leader for New Sullivan. Welcome to our school community. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah. And so that's why you've got to keep fighting, because we want to keep this school, right? We want to keep this community vibrant. So let them know that we are here. You're visiting our neck of the woods, right? So have a good afternoon. I just want Kevin McGowan, my assistant principal and dean of students, just to say a word of welcome to you as well. Thank you and have a blessed day.
Once again, I'd like to welcome everyone here. And I think it's very important that we've all come here together to plan our future. Every day we're here in New Sullivan and we're talking about the students and getting them ready for as CPS says, college and careers, and this coalition, this new project here that's happening right here in our backyard is that first step. And making sure our kids are ready, that this neighborhood stays theirs, that they get the kind of education they'll need to help build that neighborhood and then have the jobs to help them live in that same neighborhood. So welcome once again to New Sullivan Elementary School. We love to have you here in our building. Thank you.
Okay, at this time, we're going to ask all of the coalition members to come here to the podium, all the coalition members who are present here to come as we present why we are here today. We ask that you would come to the podium. The coalition members will come forth as we do this press conference, stand and come and stand together. As we stand together, we want the people who are going to see this press conference to know that we are a group of people who've come together. I don't want them to think it's just a preacher with a mic who's trying to preach. This is an organization and a group that have come together, and we represent the concerns of this community. All right? Okay, we're here today representing the South Chicago community and all of its diverse cultures. And there are many organizations and school children throughout the 5th, the 7th, the 8th, and the 10th wards who are here also today. I am Pastor Steve Jones. I am representing the faith-based community among all the other organizations that are part of this coalition for the Lakeside Project. We come together today to speak a message to Mr. Daniel McCafferty and the Lakeside Project. We come to amplify and echo our sentiment to Mr. McCafferty that we want assurance of jobs for our children and fair opportunity for our community and a meeting to negotiate our proposed community benefits agreement. And so we want today for the voices of our children to be heard, for the voices of our community to be heard, and for the voices of those concerned citizens of our community to be heard. At this time, some of the youth who are here will come and speak their desire for, the need for jobs for this community. We want to have jobs. Let me hear you say, we want jobs. Claudia Contreras from New Sullivan Elementary School.
Good afternoon. My name is Claudia Contreras. I am a member of the Youth Leadership Council of Austin. Also, I am a member of OG Youth Group, and I am an 8th grade student here at New Sullivan. Yes. I want a community center at Lakeside Development to keep people out of the streets and danger. They can join the youth center and many various extracurricular activities. Also, people that don't have proper job training or another way to get a job, they can join the center. I also want to point out another topic of interest I have is for people who have been associated in gangs or illegal activity or have been incarcerated, is to give them a second chance in their social life to be able to get a job that pays well and give them proper training for it and help them socialize instead of being in the shadows with this type of program. I'm concerned because I know people who have been associated with gangs or who have been incarcerated before, and they have no self-esteem to help them build it back up with this type of program. Thank you.
Anna. Next we shall have Anna Karan Muniz, Our Lady of Guadalupe School.
Good morning, good afternoon. My name is Ana Karan Muniz. I am a member of Youth Leadership Council of ASE. Also, I am a member of OG Youth Group in school. I am in this rally because it's very important to our communities to get involved in the Lakeside Development. I want my voice to be heard here and the voice of other children and youth. My personality is eager to see the summer jobs and internship for youth of different ages. When I grow up, I would like to have the opportunity to work in the new business and companies that will be in this area. I would like to be trained for those jobs. The internship and summer jobs will be served me and other youth as a training experience. Thank you.
At this time, we have Alderman Bob Ferretti, who's come to stand with us and to share and express his desire to support us in our endeavor here. Let's receive him as he comes.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. This is an important first step. When I had the second ward and every other development project, I've always asked for, and if I haven't had a written commitment from the individual, an oral commitment to hire from the community. Rush Hospital, 500 jobs from the community. Pete's Produce, we did the same. Target, Costco, every development that came in and every place where we built housing to hire from the communities. You know, this is an important undertaking here in this area. Much more significant than what we can believe and what we think. You know, yes, we want jobs for our young. We want training. We want the ability to get them to know how to build houses, how to build communities, how to strengthen our communities. But at the same time, we have to be careful. What we do on one side of the street impacts the other side of the street. And we know this community is littered with foreclosures, with abandoned houses, with gangs. We need to correct both sides of the street to move this community forward. Thank you, everybody. I'm for you. I'm going to be for you when I'm the mayor of this city, too.
Thank you, Alderman Bonfarelli. All righty, we have two more of our young people who are going to share their expression and desire to be considered for jobs in this community. We have Refugio Espinoza from Anos Morelis Elementary.
Hi, my name is Refugio Espinoza. I'm 13 years old and I'm in 7th grade in Arnold Morales Elementary School. And I am a member of La Casa Community Committee. Mr. McCaffrey, we want a technology development center for young people like me to have partnerships with young people are in school to have an opportunity to know what they want to do later on in life. This is important to me because when I grow up, I want to become a technology designer, and I would like to learn more about green technology. Mr. McCaffrey, I would like to work at the Lakeside Development. Let's make it happen. Thank you.
We have one more of our young people. This is Azaniah Shelton from
Hyde Park Academy.
Hyde Park Academy. Let's receive him.
Hello, my name is Azaniah Shelton. I attend Hyde Park Academy. I am a junior, and I attend Baydale Temple. If McCaffrey thinks young Black and Latino lives matter, he should partner with us in the construction on the southeast side. We would love the opportunity to work with McCaffrey in bringing in summer jobs and internships on the lakeside and lakeside partners. We also love to bring in a community center with sports, arts, tutoring, and technology.
All right.
And the STEM programs. I am interested in animation and computer engineering. If we had the STEM program on the southeast side, it will allow young children to have their opportunity to live their dreams in technology and their opportunity to have their future goals. Okay. Therefore, if we have a community center on the southeast side, it will allow people to be more active, which gives them to interact with one another, and it will cause the community to be more safe. Thank you.
Our young people are speaking up for themselves. They're letting you know, Mr. McCaffrey, they desire to have a future. You can help them to have this future that they desire to have. All right, do we have any more young? Are we moving forward? At this time, we want to have members of our coalition, Lakeside Coalition, to come and share from various committees about the CBA, the Community Benefits Agreement that we are proposing, that we would like for Mr. McCaffrey to take a look at and help to negotiate to bring to fruition. Our jobs and training, Mr. Arnold Bradford from Crossroads Collaboration.
Good afternoon. Boy, what a hard act to follow. I am so proud of you. Good afternoon. My name is Arnold Bradford. I'm a member of the Jobs and Training Committee of the Coalition for Lakeside Development. I'm a retired active senior living in the 10th Ward of South Chicago. And for over a half century, multiple generations of my family have lived on the southeast side. For over 3 decades, I've been engaged in job training with city colleges, Chicago Housing Authority, and so on. And during that time, I have seen thousands displaced by lack of jobs and training. We're here today because the youth and adults in this community want their fair share of the 139,000 jobs to be created at Lakeside. Our youth are the future of this community. But Mr. McCaffrey says, you're not the community. If not you, then who? our Lakeside Coalition calls on Mr. McCaffrey to open the closed doors and to give us access to jobs at good wages and the training to qualify for those jobs.
All right, there's 139,000 jobs at stake. That is an opportunity of a lifetime. We certainly deserve to have a piece of that pie. Education, Eleanor Rios, Family Rescue.
Good afternoon. I want to thank the youth, and I want to show you some ways we can help support them. My name is Elena Rios. I am a certified local school council facilitator. I am currently working with Family Rescue. I am a domestic violence counselor. I sit on the Coalition's Education Committee. One of the ways that we can help is by us calling on McCaffrey to create a community center to provide training and education in technology, art, drama, health, education, a movie theater that we don't have on the southeast side, a safe place for all to socialize. The second thing is we want Lakeside Development to provide connections to project partners like University of Chicago and Cisco Systems to facilitate STEM programs in our existing local schools to increase high school graduation rates, college entry, and job readiness. The whole purpose of having the STEM program is because we want our children to qualify for the high-tech jobs at Lakeside Development. Thank you.
Affordable housing, Tasha Baker from Clarice and Associates.
Good afternoon. Yes, my name is Tasha Baker. I'm the asset manager at Clarice and Associates, and I'm a change maker, and I see the change in you. Lakeside Development must have real affordable housing. And when I say real affordable housing, you and I need to be able to live there. We want to build it, and we want to live in it. We want 30% of the housing to be affordable, 50% of affordable housing to three to four bedrooms, 25% of the housing to be senior, because most developers cover all of their affordable housing requirements by making it all senior, but that's not what we're looking for. But most of all, you need a job to buy a house or to rent an apartment. So our people need to be employed because we want to build it and we want to live in it. Thank you.
And certainly with all the building and construction that's being done, we want to make sure someone is monitoring and supervising. Environment, Jason Bryan, We Mean Green Community Gardens.
Thank you very much. My name is Jason Bryant. Good afternoon. It's clear that the environment has the most profound impact on the health of our communities. We've seen the effects of the environment of economic disparity, and we have seen what it does when we disable or destabilize our natural environment. It's our responsibility to be certain that each and every facet of the communities that we build, especially down here on the southeast side, support a stable and safe environment so our kids can grow up to have clean air and fresh water, that we can have sustainable local food production, that we can have infrastructure and transit systems that are efficient and move people around in the region safely and effectively, and jobs that stimulate the green economy and make it possible for people to exist on the southeast side. This is a wonderful opportunity for us to build on the successes that we've had cultivating peace and tranquility in our neighborhoods. And we must ensure with Daniel McCaffrey that any community environment that we create on the southeast side brightens the future for not just 1% of us, but for 100% of the people of Chicago. Thank you very much.
The land in which this Lakeside project is going to be built on is the land that was the staple of the Southeast Side community, the legacy of the U.S. Steel site. Beatrice Lumpkin is going to come and speak in behalf of the United Steelworkers Organization of Active Retirees.
My name is Beatrice Lumpkin. I bring you today the full support of SOAR for the community benefit agreement proposed by ASA. Let me tell you who we are. SOAR stands for Steelworker Organization of Active Retirees, affiliated to USW, United Steelworkers, AFL-CIO. We are the largest union of industrial workers in this country, including steel, oil, chemical, rubber, wood, and paper workers. With my husband, Frank Lumpkin, I have been part of the steelworker community for 65 years. The residents of this community who worked in these steel mills made Chicago great with their labor. And their children and grandchildren should have the first shot at the jobs that will be created in the We are demanding that the developer, Daniel McCaffrey, sit down with the Alliance for the Southeast and negotiate a CBA, beginning with the issue of hiring local residents. And not substandard jobs. That we want jobs that pay wages that support families. The steelworker families were able to live decently, and that is what our community demands. But 80 years ago, steel mills were a terrible place to work. Low wages and no job security. They had become decent jobs by the 1980s. What made the difference? It was the union, the United Steelworkers, that made the difference. In 1937, 10 steelworkers gave their lives in that fight for decent conditions. That ground is hallowed with our blood. So, that part of the CBA about obeying the law on the right to have a union is very important to us. McCaffrey should agree to that up front and negotiate a CBA with the Alliance for the Southeast. And one more thing I want to say, it's not in my notes, but I am so proud of our young people. They showed the spirit of union today, marching for their rights, and keep up the good work.
As we go forth and we come down to the close of this particular press conference, we are thankful and grateful to the public officials and the candidates for public service, public offices who have come to share with us in this press conference. We want to acknowledge their presence. We would that you would come down front as we call your name if you're here. Ms. Susan Garza, would you come down front? Who's running for the Alderman in the 10th Ward. Richard Martinez, who's running for the office of the 10th Ward. Olga Bautista, who's running for the office of Alderman in the 10th Ward. Would you come on this side? For the 7th Ward, running for the office of the Alderman in the 7th Ward, Sidney Brooks. Flora Digby. Stephanie Redding. Lashonda Cumming. Did I pronounce that right? Kiana Barnett, is that correct? Those on the 7th Ward, would you come on this side for me? And Queen Whitlock. Because we are interested in having the opportunity to hear what these candidates say and how they feel about our community benefit agreements, we want to say to these candidates, we would like to have a candidate forum set up in the month of January. We'd like to have you to come and we'd like to share information with you to see if you would be willing to come to a candidate forum in our community here in the 10th Ward and in the 7th Ward, that we can get your position on the issues that affects our community. Would you be receptive to that?
Yes.
We'll be sending you information and we need your information and we can send you correspondence regarding the same. While you're here standing, if there's any questions that you may have regarding or concerning this press conference, we would allow you the chance to ask a question. Jediah Brown from the 5th Ward is here as well. All right. Are there any questions from the press or TV? Just the TV man here. Is any reporters here? All right. We're going to ask then, as we wrap this up, that each candidate would please let Amanya, would you stand? Amanya Gomez, our leader for the Alliance in the Southeast. She's our fearless leader. She's a little package, but she's well full of dynamite. And we want to ask you to get with her and get information to her. We want to have her to give this closing remarks for this press conference.
So we want to thank everybody for coming. This is a big community event. It's a very important development. And why don't we just make sure for the candidates forum, since we do have you here, I would like to ask you if you'd be willing to just work with us, because we don't have a date yet, but if you'd be willing to work with us on the candidates forum, following up with us, and then also we would be interested in following up with each one of you about the CBA to go into more details about that. So if I could just ask if you'd be willing to follow up.
Yes.
So, name it.
Yes. Rich Martinez, 10th Ward, yes.
All right. Susan Sedlowski Garza, 10th Ward, yes.
All right, all right.
Lisa, 10th Ward, absolutely yes.
All right.
For Digby, 7th Ward, most definitely. Lashonda Curry, 7th Ward, absolutely. Kiana Barrett, 7th Ward, certainly.
Jediah Brown, 5th Ward, we're going to get this CBA.
All right, all right.
Queen Whitlock, yes, yes, and yes.
All right, all right.
All right, so I want to thank everybody.